Hey everyone, it's Armory Gaming. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to Monster Legends. Welcome to an exclusive first look at Biowormbot. Huge shout out to SP for giving me everything I need to make this video. They provided the monster, all the cells needed to take the monster to rank 5, any gems I use will be reimbursed, and they provided the food to feed this monster all the way to level 150. Alright everyone, I know this video is super late. This monster is, he was a breedable monster, but we're still going to make this video. Alright, so I've already updated it to show all the monsters from the new era, including the current bounty hunt monsters. So here we have, all the newer monsters. You can kind of see how the stats relate to one another. So now let's sort by the life stats. Biowormbot has a life stat of 142,355, which is tied with quite a few other monsters. Look, all these monsters share that same life stat. It is the third highest in the game, so a really good life stat. In terms of the power stat, it appears this monster is not an attacker. We gotta scroll down, and here we see him at 10,505, tied with that with Lumoona and Georgelato. In terms of a speed stat, we are looking at the fastest monster in the game. That's right, faster than the YouTuber monster Sam and Colby. So, Biowormbot, super insanely fast monster, 88,000 speed stat. Power, irrelevant, I would say. And then the life stat is pretty good, third highest overall. In terms of this monster's trait, you are immune to poison. You have a res block, so you can block resurrection skills. So the most notable monster would be Uriel. And you have a minor blind status caster, so the enemy will be, their accuracy will be reduced by 25% at the start of the battle. Obviously, if there's a Megaton monster, it absorbs it, but if there isn't, hey, that's really useful. Reducing enemy accuracy is amazing. Maybe you have a monster that starts off with Sunburn, that's another 15% accuracy reduction. Could be pretty good. So, I think the most relevant thing about this monster really is that res block, right? To counteract those Uriel bases. Alright, let's take a look at skills. So, Headbutt deals low metal damage to an enemy. That's whatever. Laser Needle applies damage reduction. That's a 25% damage reduction. 24/7 cooldown. We have Nerve Tracking applies major damage reduction and daze. So this reduces damage level by 50%, and the daze does 25% power and accuracy reduction. Keep in mind there's also that minor blind at the start of the battle. Deals no damage. Booster Time applies negate healing and damage reduction. I like the negate healing. I would have preferred if it was reverse healing, so you have a chance of killing the enemy monsters. But it is what it is. So they won't be able to heal, and their damage output is reduced. We have Needle Drain, deals low nature damage to all enemies, applies damage reduction and negate healing to all enemies. So another AoE skill. Pogo Claw deals a moderate metal damage to an enemy, applies total damage reduction and nanovirus. Total damage reduction is super useful against the enemy attacker. The attack they hit you with is basically going to deal 0 damage. Nanovirus is good to block positive effects, of course. See what else we have. Rusty Scratches is an AoE nanovirus. And then we have Rusty Claw, which is a nanovirus and damage reduction. So the nanovirus is single, but the damage reduction is to everyone. So Biowormbot is one of these monsters that is there to reduce accuracy or reduce damage output. And I mean, even 100% damage reduction. This is not going to be a meta monster. This is not really going to be a monster that's utilized a lot. Unfortunately for him. Again, he's the fastest monster, but it's not like you're denying. Yeah, it's unfortunate for him. I like the monster. I like the design. Let's talk about the skill set. You would run the total damage reduction. And again, it's cool that he can block res. But I guess there is situations in which if you have him high enough rank, you use Biowormbot, you're stopping the attacker from dealing damage to you. And if they have Uriel, hey, you block Uriel from resing as long as you stay alive. So that's pretty useful. But again, realistically, I don't think he'll be used much. But Pogo Claw is that total damage reduction. Super useful against the enemy attacker. This monster also has too many AoEs, I would say, to where in PvP you wouldn't really use them. In War Scenario you could probably use them a lot more. So right now we just want to prioritize the most damage output, or the most damage reduction we can do. So we have the total damage reduction, we have regular damage, we have nano, okay, we have a major. So for sure we want that major damage reduction as well. So we have the total and we want the major with the daze, so that's significant. And keep in mind, it doesn't stack. It's not like the major is 50 and the daze is 25, which makes 75. Think of it as like you have 100, you're going to deal 100 damage. The major damage reduction takes you down to 50, and then the daze is 25% of that 50, so it's 12.5. So 62.5% damage reduction in total. So that's how that works. So you run the total, you run the major, and then after that, it's ultimately up to you. Spammable damage reduction, I think I would prioritize the nanovirus. Being able to block positive effects from the enemy is good. So that's the nano damage reduction. Here's an AoE nano. I don't think you need an AoE after that. Damage, negate healing. I probably would do one of the negate healings. And I would go with booster time. Damage reduction, negate healing to enemies. Negate healing, damage reduction. Wow, definitely go with booster time. The bad thing about Needle Drain, because it deals damage, and it has a high cooldown, keep in mind that when you deal damage, that's when you trigger enemy talents and relics and stuff. So be careful about that. So as far as the skill set, I would go with this on this monster. Relics wise, this monster, stamina is not an issue. You run Mr. Beast Spanner. Yeah, this is not an issue either. You can do Tetsuman's Mask. You can have Ryzen's Mask to drain stamina. Is this the one that drains stamina? No, it's some other one. But let's do this. And then in terms of talents, alright, let's see. What can we run? When the turn ends, if any ally's life is below 25, gives armor. Potentially for this monster. After damaging with the skill of the target's life, you're not really damaging with this monster. After damaging with the skill, yeah, again, you're not really damaging too much. Good amount of dots there, though. Airdrop after being damaged to the worst life is below. Something healing. Probably the shield is going to be the better way to go. After damaging with the skill, if your life is below 25, you gain an extra turn. This is not really the kind of monster that needs to take a turn. I think I would go with an armor for everyone. So I think that would be a decent setup. Again, unfortunately for this monster, he's not really going to be a meta monster. In terms of a build for this monster, God, I don't even know. Honestly, maybe I'd just make him a complete team speed holder. Single speed, just so he can get in there and do some stuff. Maybe life, and he's just there for the res block. So I think I might do that. Team speed, life, and we'll see how we can best utilize Biowormbot. Alright, we're going to try this team out. I'm just curious to what degree it'll work. So obviously I have a Megaton monster to absorb most attacks. Biowormbot in this case doesn't really need the life rune, so I guess we can team speed him. But at the same time, I guess he's a nature monster, so Cherub, Cupid, and Serpentex are monsters you're going to run into. They might still OTK you. Let's try this out. Let's see what happens. I'm curious. So again, the main thing about him is, can I stop Uriel bases? And how often are we going to run into an Uriel base? He's one of the most popular monsters, but again, it depends what league you're in and everything. Alright, so Dead Memories. Alright, I get the first attack. So there's not really much to do. It's an enemy Megaton monster. This is actually why I don't even want to go first. I guess we'll just negate healing him. And here we'll kill Voltic before he kills me. Actually, we don't need to kill Voltic because I have anticipation. So we'll kill Raris. Alright, Voltic can attack. That's fine. Do an ET skill. Then I'll get a turn in. And I can finish you off here. So, infection, bam, then residual damage and all that stuff. Alright, cool. So, first battle didn't really showcase Biowormbot at all. Let's move on to the next one. What I'm hoping is I run into like a Uriel with some attacker with a Megaton monster, and then I just let Uriel... Yeah, here's a good example. So here's Biowormbot doing really well because the main attacker on the enemy side, and then especially if you have a Pierce monster on your side, the main attacker on the enemy side is Elvira, right? If we look at Uriel, if we look at Uriel, okay, speed runes. This monster's denier, all speed, whatever. This monster, 2 strength runes. Scary. Scary. Alright, so negate healing. If I could, if the attacker didn't have evasion, I would have obviously just, I would have done the total damage reduction. Oh wait, yeah, she does have evasion. So here, I think I'll just do Nanovirus. Probably just Nano on Uriel. Alright, okay, immune to torture. So yeah, here we would kill the attacker. And then again, Biowormbot just being there for that blocking res. So it doesn't really matter now. Here, we'll just increase my life. Was I possessed? I think I was possessed. Alright, you froze me, that's fine. And then all we're going to see is that Uriel is not going to be able to do anything. I don't need a total damage reduction. I don't need to do any of that. We're going to recharge. Alright, cool. I slowly pick off your monsters. If I'm using like a monster like Elf, that just kills one at a time. And this whole time, Uriel cannot res. So you'll see if I just recharge with all my monsters. If I just recharge, Uriel can't do anything. Right? Yeah, so that's how Biowormbot is used. It's to counteract Uriel bases, so maybe in a war scenario I could see it. PvP, I guess you could bring him out, but realistically there's other ways to counteract these kinds of bases. But that's essentially his main purpose. And here's another one, Uriel with a Bolt. So I'm glad I'm actually getting good examples of how this monster could work out. I wish I had a cleansing skill. If I had a team cleansing skill, oh, that would have been nice. That would have been glorious. Alright, here I guess I just do the nanovirus. Nanovirus. Okay, here again we'd kill. Actually, we wouldn't even need to kill Uriel. We could kill you. Again, let him utilize his ET skill. Alright, I'll just do hardest diamond. I think it's so dumb how he attacks himself when he does a self skill, like his talents. That's so dumb. Okay, can't res. Just to show the total damage reduction, 0 damage. Alright, that's for fun. I'm assuming Uriel has revival, demonic pack. Oh, no revival lessons. Okay, we won't finish this, but yeah, I would kill Uriel or I would kill Voltic, and then Uriel would be by himself, not able to do anything. Alright, let's do like a couple more battles. Yeah, there's not too much. Normally when a monster's straightforward like this, there's not much to make a super long video about. And like PvP has a lot of Uriel bases, so I guess if you do have Biowormbot, maybe he doesn't need to be 150. You just get him to have that res block, give him a life rune, give him team speed, partner him up with a denier, denier. Partner him up with a pierce attacker. That way you can attack the main threats, and you're good to go. You're good to go. And yeah, run this skill set. You know, run the negate healing. That could come in handy. Bam. So no healing for you, Marimotus. In the meantime, I work on killing someone else. Bam. So no healing for Marimotus, and then if there is an attacker, you reduce the damage output of the attacker. So that's how you would best use this monster. Yeah, Biowormbot could have been so much better if he had a cleansing skill, so then I could cleanse dots away and stuff like that. Because you are going to run into 7 sins, you're going to run into beasts, you're going to run into everything. And so if you don't have someone on your team, you have to take that damage. But as you can see, Uriel by himself can't do much. You just keep recharging. You really can't do much. Oh, he died actually. Alright, yeah. So the res block mechanic is the best thing Biowormbot has going for him. Do you need it? Really depends on you, the team you're using, the league you're in, all that stuff. One more battle. No Uriel. So let's just finish this off. Hopefully you don't have evasion. Tell me you don't have evasion. You mean to torture. Oh, he gave himself evasion, but dark shocks. Alright, I gotta kill you before you kill me. I wanted to do the total damage reduction, but I don't think we're gonna get a chance to. Boom. Let's see what happens. 50k. Can you not? Volt, can you not? Alright, recharge. Dark shocks. No, he's gonna keep attacking. Alright, well, I guess we'll finish you off. Boom. Alright, well, yeah, this video, super short, not much to it, so guess it's not a big deal that I missed the exclusive first look video, the time he was released. Yeah, because there's not too much to him. If you got him, great. Again, get him to have the res block. You can counteract Uriel bases. If you didn't get him, I don't think you really missed out. Again, this is not going to be a meta monster in the long term. Alright guys, with that being said, that is going to be it for this video on Biowormbot. Let me know what you guys think about it in the comments below. Thank you very much, and remember to subscribe.